Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Well, in this episode, we are going to take a look at something fun to do if you are stuck indoors or stuck at your house due to the virus, and that is fly an FPV quad. Now, this one is kind of new on the market and it was just sent to me by Banggood. So here, let me bring it close and show you exactly what it is. This is from GEPRC and it's called the CineEye. And you're probably saying, well, it looks like every other FPV tiny whoop drone you've shown. But this one here, once again, I only like the ones that have a camera built in because I like to record video. This one has a built-in micro SD card reader, so you can record 1080p 60 frames per second video right off of that camera right there in this really tiny form factor. Here, let me hold it. That is the size. It's yeah, it's pretty small. There's not much to it. Now there is an unboxing at the end of this video that's going to show you everything that came in the box with this and all the cool stuff. You can actually change the canopy. They included this canopy plus 4 other ones, all different colors, so you can really, you know, mod it up and make it your own. It is capable of flying on a 2S LiPo battery or a 3S. For this video, I'm using this one here. This is a 3S LiPo battery, very inexpensive. You can buy these on Amazon dirt cheap. I'm in my backyard today. There's a reason, because it's windy out. Yeah, we got lots of wind happening. So I'm hoping in the backyard here, I'm gonna try to fly it around, give it a shot. This is my first outdoor flight. The company actually says, GEPRC says, don't really fly this outdoors, it's too light. And it is extremely light, but I'm gonna fly it outdoors because I love flying outdoors. So I'm gonna try to fly around my backyard and try to keep it, you know, not too high off the ground where the wind is. So I'll keep it underneath the wind as best I can. And the more important thing is to show you with the video, 1080p 60 frames per second, what it looks like, the quality off of this here camera. You can already see the lighting conditions. The sun is going in and out. It's kind of cloudy today, so we'll see what it does. Here we go. My little CineEye has a receiver in it that is compatible with a Taranis radio, so it's an FR Sky receiver. So I am going to use my little QX7 to fly this here little guy. For goggles, I'm going to use my Fat Sharks. I love Fat Sharks. These are really good for me because I have special little inserts inside for my eyeglasses prescription, so it allows me to see everything nice and clear. I've attached the little battery and I just have to plug in the power and it will then connect with the radio over here. All right, let's connect the battery. There we go, she starts up. To make sure it's connected, I'm just gonna hit the arm switch. Armed. And here we go. Prop spin, armed. We are good. All right, the drone's on an angle. Let's see what mode I'm in.
Angle mode, acro mode, angle mode.
We want horizon.
Horizon mode.
She's armed, and let's take it up. It's getting hit by the wind, so it's jostling around, but this is basically what it looks like. There I am there. I'm fighting the wind, keeping it nice and low. You could probably hear it through the microphone. That's the sound of the props, you know, just screaming in the wind. I'll come by me again. There I am. I'll go a little bit farther over here in the backyard. Try to go slow over the fence. Turn around. Air conditioner there. And I found the tree. And I keep it going. I fell out of the tree. Kept it going though. Thank God for gravity. And this is in horizon mode too. That is crazy. This is like stability mode, but it's like, it's got too much power. I really think this thing was designed more for a 2S battery or a big yard. I'm gonna get it going nice and low and really slow and smooth. Here we go, hang on a sec. Here we go. Get out of the wind. Get it down. Try to keep it nice and low, under the chair. There we go. Whoa, over the fence. And back over to the barbecue. All right, so I think the best thing to do is, well, it's kind of breezy. I might go try it in the front of the house and put it in acro mode, but I don't know. I think we're gonna have some serious issues. Let's check this out. All right, I'm in the front of the house now and the drone is behind this camera. So the video from the drone should show the camera and me way back here. And I'm gonna put it in acro mode. Cars in the back, so I'm gonna fly down my street in this area and see how it goes in the wind. All right, let's check what we're in.
Angle mode, horizon mode, acro mode.
That's the one we want. Acro mode gives me full control of the side to side, the flips, everything. So if there's wind, I can control it easier, much easier than stability mode. It's gonna go up and here we go. Up and around. Much faster in acro mode, look at this. Whipping down the street. Whoa. See how fast I went down the street? There we go. I've slowed it down there. There's a car. I have to keep it up in case cars come along. So acro mode is much easier for a guy like me to fly in. Let's power it up. See, you should have normal flips. Yep. So this is not bad. There's wind happening and look how smooth it is. Let me just go way down the street here. So how is the video? Reception's good, like I'm all the way down here. And whoa! All right, let's bring it back and land it right down. There. And as luck would have it, I landed it in a tree right here. Well, at least I landed it. All right, yeah, so that's the tree I crashed into. So, what did you think of the CineEye? Not too bad, I would say. The video, I've only seen it when I filmed in the house and flew around, and it looked pretty darn good. Now out here, it is a little breezy. We had some breeze in the back, that's for sure. It was all over the place. If I had a 2S battery for this vice a 3S gives it much more power. A 2S would tame it, even in stability mode. But for a 3S, yeah, it's pretty darn fast. You saw how fast I went down the road, and I wasn't even going full power. So I would say this is sort of like a beginner to intermediate type of tiny whoop, cine whoop. And if you're really good at flying, you can probably get some really good video out of it since it has an onboard 1080p 60 frame per second camera. And you saw the camera quality, you see what it's like here. It's kind of dull right now, so hopefully it looked pretty good. All right, if you enjoyed this, then please give this video a thumbs up. The links to the Cine Whoop on the Banggood website are below. It's not super expensive for something like this with an onboard camera and a micro SD card. If you have questions about this here drone, post them below and I will get back to you as quick as I can. But for now, I say thanks for watching. Take care, and we'll catch you in the next video. And now a quick unboxing of the GEPRC CineEye. Opening this up, you'll see quite a bit is included in this tiny little box. So let's go through it all. First thing they give you right here is a battery strap if you want to put larger batteries on it, a micro Phillips screwdriver, and some zip ties. Next, you get a spare set of props all around. Next, you get 4 additional canopies, red, clear, black, and green, just in case you want to change the yellow to one of these. Finally, you get the drone, but before I get to that, let me show you what else you get. At the bottom of the box, you get the instructions, how to bind it, and some stickers and some support stuff right there. Now let's take a quick look at the drone. I'll try not to get too technical. So this is a drone. All right, maybe a bit more technical. Mine came with an FrSky a receiver in the back right there. You can see that's a little bind button and it's just connected. And because there's an FrSky receiver, when you order it, you have a choice of FlySky or FrSky. Because of that, I have to use my Taranis QX7 controller radio thingy here because there's an FrSky receiver in there. Now the reason people would buy this little tiny Cine Whoop is because of this here camera. So the camera is for the pilot to see through, but going inside there's also a micro SD card that you put in here and it records 1080p video 60 frames a second off this camera. So let me just show you where that is. So on this side, if you look right in here, you can see the micro SD card is sitting right in there. I have one in there at the moment. And on this side right here, I don't know if you can see that, it's kind of hard. There's a wire in the place, there's a button right there. That button is to start and stop your video recording. As soon as you connect the battery, it starts recording video, but if you want to stop it at any time, just press that button. This camera up front is your typical CAD DX camera, which means it's high quality, and it's called a baby turtle. Going to the back, the video transmitter will send out a 200 milliwatts, which is pretty decent, to your Fat Shark goggles or whatever FPV type of goggles you have to see the video signal. Of course, everything's quite modern, and you do have an F4 flight controller inside. This is called a GEP12A F4 flight controller. Now on the flight controller itself, if you look, each post at each corner has some black silicone little mounts. Those are supposed to be really soft shock absorbers so that if you crash this, because they know it's small, in the wind you're going to crash it. And that's basically designed so that nothing gets destroyed and your video keeps recording and the flight controller keeps on working. When you're flying, what you see in your goggles, you do have OSD, full Betaflight OSD. You can configure it any way you wish. Here you can see the motors. They're very tiny brushless motors and they are GR1102s at 10,000 kV. And speaking of motors, say you burn out one or break one or whatever, right here on the flight controller you can replace them easy. Just order another one, plug it right in, and you're all set to go. Back here on the bottom, that's your connection right there so that you can hook it up and configure everything in Betaflight. It does come with an XT30 battery connector and no battery is included. You have to have your own. So I have a pile of batteries and they will not fit in this little plastic mount, so I'm going to have to make the mount bigger. This is advertised as an indoor FPV Cine Whoop, And yeah, if you look on YouTube, most of us, we're all flying it outdoors, because why would I want to fly this indoors when this thing is so powerful? You want to go outdoors and have fun. Now let's quickly weigh this drone. It should not weigh very much. There you go. It's 54 grams in weight. Very light. And this, my friends, brings me to the end of this review of the CineEye Tiny Whoop, CineWhoop little thingy down here, which is pretty darn cool. You can check it out. It's on the Banggood website. There's links down here someplace below. Check those out. It's not very expensive. See if it's the FPV drone for you. If it is, definitely pick one up. All right, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have questions, post your questions below. I'll try to answer them the best I can. Hope you enjoyed this review. Many more on the way coming up, so stay tuned.